Good day, this is will be session number 3. We'll be talking about control in the construction project. We're going to be talking about the philosophy of control in the construction project. So we're going to be dealing with why control is important in the construction project, and what is control, what is the essence of control, how to apply control, and where control is applied in the construction project. Before we start that, I would like to review this and give you some time to think about it. Efficiency and effectiveness. What is the difference between efficiency and effectiveness? I'll give you about 10 seconds to think about it. It's not time wasted, but just think about it. Efficiency and effectiveness. You're going to be a construction manager, so these things has to settle in your head. Efficiency and effectiveness. Okay, simply stated, efficiency is doing things right. Okay? Doing things right means that you are efficient. Okay? Effectiveness is doing the right thing. Let me get it closer to you because I've been using this. Okay? It doesn't matter how fast you run if you are running in the wrong direction. It has been stated a long time ago. It doesn't matter how fast you run if you are running in the wrong direction. Okay, now we have here a 100 yard Olympic runner versus a child crawling on the ground. If you put it down there, the guy who is running very fast is efficient, but he is running on the wrong direction. But the baby who is crawling in the right direction is effective. He is moving in the right direction towards his objective. What about the efficient? He is running, but without this. So this guy has high efficiency and low effectiveness, or no effectiveness at all. This guy is very low, this baby is very low in efficiency, but he is effective. At least he is moving towards his objective. Okay, now what is the management process? First, before we start the management process, a long time ago I've been told that in order to manage anything, you have to understand the characters and you have to set your objectives. You have to understand the character of what you want to manage and then set your objective. If I am a lion trainer at the circus, I would have to study the behavior of the lions before getting into a cage with them. If I am to manage school of young students, I have to understand their mentality so I will be able to manage them. Okay? Management process involves in 3 very essential points. First, you have to set your objective. Second, you have to plan to get there. Third is to control the process. Okay, now let's put it another way. Set objectives. Sometimes the objective will be set to you by higher level of hierarchy. We need to do that. That's your objective. Okay? Your responsibility as a manager is to prepare an action plan and then carry it through and make sure that you will get there. So first, set objective. Second, prepare action plan. Third, exercise control. Let me talk about the construction process so we understand what we are talking about. First, there is something to be built, and they have assigned you the responsibility as a project manager to take care of this project. Okay, so first you would say, all right, what is to be built? That's the first question. What do you want me to build? Where I would find the answer, he will not describe it in words. He will give it in documents. These documents are called drawings and specification. He will give you a set of drawings and a book of specification. So that defines what is to be built. Based on your experience, you would ask yourself how it is to be built. How can I build it? How can I do it? Here is the drawings. You have defined what you want, but how can I build it? You would rely on your construction knowledge and experience. If you are building a house, building a bridge, building a highway, building a tunnel, building whatever, you have to rely on your experience and knowledge. You combine those two together, you will get to what we call the construction method. How this particular project with this particular requirement is to be built. You have to decide on that before going any further step in your planning match. From the construction method, we can go and make cost estimate. What do you mean cost estimate? I can estimate the, no, you can't. Let's say that you are excavating a foundation for a building. You have to decide on how you're going to excavate the foundation. Is it using a backhoe or a loader or an excavator? Based on your decision, you can estimate the cost of how you're going to excavate this foundation. Based on your decision, I'm going to use an excavator. What excavator? How it's going to operate? This is called the construction method. So from the construction method, you can estimate the cost. And from this cost estimate, you can get to the bid price as a contractor. That's very essential. With the same token, if you have decided on the construction method, you can go to planning and scheduling. That's the sequence of building it, how long it will take for each step. It's called planning and scheduling. From planning and scheduling, you get to the project schedule. Of course, there is other things that will be generated from the construction method. It's the quality plan, the safety plan, whatever. Once you have finished those plans, okay, we call those plan of action. In every aspect, they would be combined all to the same thing at this construction method to build this particular project. Once you have finished planning, then you would have to carry it through. You have to control the element, so you'll get to where you want. Now, we go back to control in the construction project management. We're going to cover why control is important, what is control, how to apply control, okay, and where control is applied, usually in the construction project. First, why control is important. Okay, let's put it here. Okay, the two basic characteristics of any construction project, you have to put it as an earring here, so you won't forget it. Because you'll be fooling yourself if you don't know what you are managing. The basic two characteristics of any construction construction project. First, low reliability in planning information. I'm planning, I'm estimating the cost, I'm putting the schedule. What information do I have? The project itself has not been built before. So you are estimating. Once you estimate something, there are degree of confidence. Okay, you can be 100% sure. Okay, with the information used for planning, it's low reliability. So low reliability in information used for planning. Remember, you can't totally rely on planning. Okay, planning would be just like a rough draft of what you expect to happen. The second element, which is very important in construction, is variability during construction is very high. Expect the unexpected. It's just like a battlefield. You are planning, but be ready to face whatever will come in your way. In construction, it's like that. Too many variables will come in your way. Okay, so, and you have to take decisions all the time to overcome this variability. Okay, now let's compare between the relative importance between manufacturing and construction. They are both producing something. If you go in automotive manufacturing, we have a factory and they are producing cars. If you are going to the construction, okay, the contractor gets his factory to the site and produce a structure, a building, a highway, an airport, a high-rise building, whatever. So they both produce something, but the difference is the variability and the reliability of the information. The variability during the production and the reliability of the information. If you look at manufacturing, you'll find that the variability, the reliability of the information used for planning is very high. And the variability that you expect during the actual production in manufacturing is very low. So we have indicated this, that planning is an essential part in manufacturing. We can call it planning the production line. You know the horsepower, and here is this, and here is this, and here is this. So if you put everything in order, okay, it will go smooth. There are little chance that something can go wrong. Okay, so they are resort right now to robotics in manufacturing. You can't do that, never, in construction. Why? Because reliability of information used for planning is very low and variability is very high. That's why the relative importance of planning in construction is relatively low towards control. You can build something, okay, with a rough planning. You can build a house with a rough planning, sketches in your hand. But you have to be there to make decisions. You have to be there to exert control in order for this house to be built. Why? Because, you know, you are expecting something else happen. And we need somebody to take decision. Contrary to the manufacturing, robotics will do everything. You can expect everything, and your information is highly accurate. I hope you understand this. Yes, I think so. Now, let's talk what is control. The essence of control. I'm talking about the philosophy. Some of you think that he comes to get a degree in construction management because he can apply computer programs. Okay, I don't think so, because I have seen, I've been in construction. Once I was in a conference with a guy from International Labour Organization working in a project in Africa, and this guy is a big consultant. And he said something, a wisdom. Okay, when you are making a decision, okay, right or left, go this way or this way, if you can do the calculation in more than matchbox, piece of paper like that one, it does worse. So you have to use your common sense. That's what we are trying to do right now. Okay, make everything in construction management make sense. So you'll understand why it is being done like that. What it is and why it is being done like that. So if you are resorting to computer program, Excel, whatever, it's just a tool, not the basic concept. You will not be a manager by how skillful you are in using computer. It's just like teaching English literature by teaching Word. With a computer, you can write Word with a computer. Yes, you can write a literature. No, it's something else. You can use a pencil, you can write with a chalk, you can write whatever. These are tools. But the basic should be your ability to write a good letter. Okay, so we need to understand what is control. To simplify it, okay, we put it like that. Control is a cycle. Eye, brain, muscle. Every person has 6 senses. We'll summarize it in the eye. You have a brain and you have a muscle. It's cycle like that. So what is the function of the eye? Supply input information. So you know your way. I mean, where am I right now? You need information. So you get it through your five senses. We designate it by the eye. Okay, first you need to have input information. Second, you need your brain. Why? The brain has five functions. I'm talking about in general. Okay, first compare with space database. The database in your brain is two elements. Built in, it's like instinct, and gain experience. What's gain experience? What's instinct? I mean, I was there when my first baby was born. What they got it out there, okay, they tested for her brain damage. They put something in her mouth and she starts sucking without nobody teaching her. So it's built in database. Once you put something here, you have to suck. It's built in. It comes with the computer built in. What is the other thing? It's gain experience. Let's say you go to a land and you find a traffic signal with blue color. You say, what is blue color? I don't know what is blue color. So you learn and then you say, all right, blue means stop. Okay? So it's gain experience. So first element of your brain, first function of your brain is to compare with database. Second function, create alternative, what to do. Number three is analyze the situation and the alternative. Select an alternative. Number five, prepare an action plan. Let's put it this way. I'm going to be driving to Hattiesburg. What's the number of the highway from Gulfport to Hattiesburg?
49.
49. So my plan is to get into 49 with my car. This is my plan. I sit behind that wheel and start driving. Okay? Now, I got to a traffic signal, which is red. Okay? I have the choices. What alternative? What does it mean? I compare this signal with what's in my head. Compare with database. What does it mean that it's red? Oh, it indicates that I have to stop. What alternative do I have? Turn right, stop, push like crazy on the gas. Do you have a problem? Okay. These are the alternatives. You analyze the situation. What are the risks if I do this? What would I do this? Would I do that? And then you select an alternative. Okay, I'm gonna push like crazy on the gas and break the red sign. Why? Because I'm in an emergency situation. Okay, now once you decide that, you will prepare an action plan. What's the action plan? Push the pedal, hold the wheel, get your eyes around to watch for the police. This is an example. What about the muscle? Execute the action plan. So we have three elements here. Eye, to give you an input data. Brain, to compare. Create alternative. Analyze. Put an action plan. And then the muscle will execute the action plan. That's control. If you are behind the wheel in a car, you are in control. Where you are heading with this car is just setting an objective. How you plan to get there is taking highway. What's the number of the highway again?
49.
49. That's my plan. And then I have to exert control. Okay? A blind man can't drive. Make sense? He can't see. So how would he get any information about the traffic signals if he's moving in the right direction? He needs an information, input data coming here to him. The drunk can't drive. Why? Because his brain is being hindered to make decisions. Don't drive under influence. Right? So if you can see, you can drive because you have no control. If you are drunk, you can drive because your brain can. If you are crippled, you can drive because you can use your muscles. That's control. The three elements: eye, brain, muscle. That's it. How to apply control? Okay, there are three elements. The most important one is the first element. First, locate the control point. Locate the control point. The second is determine appropriate cycle for each. Remember that this is cycle. Remember the appropriate cycle for each control point. Balance between speed and accuracy. Those are the two elements of applying control in construction. First one is locate the control point. We'll get back again to be efficient versus effectiveness. Control point. Control point. Let's say I would like to control the movement of somebody. Okay? I would like to control all his muscles. I can do that through electric wire. Okay? Because your muscle is moving by sending an electric signal from your brain through your nervous system to the muscle, so it contracts and moves. So it's all electricity. If I can shortcut this electricity through your nerves, I can make you move whatever I want. But that's very costly. It will guarantee you total control. If I would like to have less expensive but highly effective control, I'll look for control point in your body. And I'll find it, okay, and hold it. Let's say I'm holding your throat with my hands. And I will let you do whatever I want. Of course, for men, there are other control points. You can use it when you are in a fight. I mean, they've been teaching girls to use it. I mean, by kicking his control point. Okay, that's a control point. Now, I would like to review with you, okay, Pareto's principle, sometimes called Pareto's law. It's very important, and I would like you to understand it. Okay, 20% of the input creates 80%, the first 80% of the result. Remember, 20% of the effort creates 80% of the result. It has been proven to apply in every aspect of life. Okay? It doesn't have to be 20 exactly, 20, 25, 30. Okay, 80, 75, 70, something like that. But let's say 2080. To show how we do here, we put the results on the vertical axis. So 100% result. And on the horizontal axis, we'll put the effort, the cost. Okay? Now, it is not linear. It means that you're putting $1, you get 10%. You put $2, you get 20%. You put $3, you get 30%. That's linear relationship. With Pareto's law, he said no. With the first 20% of your effort and cost, you will get 80% of the output. What about the rest of the 20% of the outcome? It will cost you 80% of the effort. So try to think wisely. Where do you put your effort? That's Pareto's law. If you'd like to exert 80% of control with wide thinking, you will exert only 20% of the effort. I think, from my understanding, that Walmart is using this. Is getting the best result for your dollar. Let's say I would like to have a coat. Why? Because I need to get warm in the winter. That's the first function. You can get this coat very cheap. But if you like to have a coat that is good looking, then you have to pay more. But that's not the primary function. But if you like to have a coat to show off among your girlfriend and your friends, Armani for example, okay, then you have to pay a lot of money. Okay, I hope this sucks into your head, because this will dictate your decisions as a manager. Now, let's get to the second point. Determine appropriate cycle for each control point. Once you decide this is a control point, now we need to find the appropriate cycle. You mean control cycle includes eye, brain, muscle. In construction, you need a feedback. You need an input report from the field, okay, and you need time to analyze it and make an action plan to correct something, and then you carry out this action plan by giving instruction or direction to do this and this and this. This is one cycle, okay. How many cycles per hour, or per day, or per week, or per month? It depends on your judgment. Some element of the construction site needs a daily control. You need to go down there and get a daily report, a daily feedback of what's happening down there, and think about it and make an action plan. So the cycle will be daily. In some other instance, you say, all right, I don't need to be down there all the time because the variation won't affect too much. So I need it every 2 weeks or every 1 week. I need a report every 1 week to do it. It depends on your judgment. Okay, how much control you need in this element or this part or this, you do it. It's not uniform. You have to exert your judgment. Okay. How to apply control? We'll get to balance between speed and accuracy. Okay. If you have to make a decision in construction, let's say somebody told you that, okay, we are losing money. Last week we haven't poured except 200 cubic yard and we were supposed to pour 300 cubic yard. You would say, all right, I need more data. I need more time. I need to be accurate. How much did we lose exactly? So it will take time to be accurate. Okay? Or you can say, once we lose money, okay, do this and do this and do this. So it would be speedy decision. In construction, making appropriate, very fast decision is essential. Even at the expense of somewhat less degree of accuracy. That's part of being effective. Cost benefit. You can't waste too much time making decisions. In order to be very accurate, it will take time. In construction, you cannot afford to delay your decision because you are bleeding money down there. So you have to make quick decisions. As accurate as possible, of course. But if you have the balance, don't wait to be more accurate. Get 80% of the accuracy in 20% of the time. So let's review it again. How to apply control. First, locate the control point. That will be repeated again and again in every aspect of control. We're going to be talking for the rest of this course. Control point. Locating control point. It's very, very important to understand. If you are making cost control, locate the control point and exert 80-20. Okay, if you have more time, do more. You'll get 80% of the control with 20% of the effort. What about progress control, the time, the schedule? Okay, look for that control point. In a matter of fact, the critical path method, which is built, all the computer programs you are using for scheduling, Microsoft Project, Primavera, whatever, they are all built on a technique called critical path method. This critical path method concentrates on the control points of your schedule. The second element is determine appropriate cycle time, and that's your judgment. And you have to balance between speed versus accuracy. Where control is applied usually in the construction project, we have to control the contract. Of course, that's very important. The finance, because this dictates your profit. The progress, okay, because that's the schedule. The cost, because you're going to be losing money if you don't control your costs. The quality, or else your work will be refused. And the productivity. Summarize it all and stress it again. Control point, control point, control point, control point, control point. I'll be open for any question if you like. Thank you.